Get hydrated. And unfortunately, I don't have an empty bottle to just chuck into the trash, like I would normally like to do. If I were to chuck a full, like, filled bottle in there, it would probably be a lot louder, actually. Oh well, next time. Okay, the first thing I want to test, like check, is see if it has streamer mode enabled. This means on, right? This means like I'm not gonna get copyrighted because there's a little splotch in there. What if I turn on dyslexic font? Dyslexic font. That makes it look like it's a game for like children. Twitch integration. I think it's like um you make polls for the options for what to say, and your viewers can check your stats and stuff. Actually, wait. What if I turn that on? I'm probably not gonna do that today because that might take like a bit of setup. But maybe next time. Maybe I could do that. Wait a minute. Wait. You can give temporary bonuses and penalties to my attributes? You can buff me? I didn't know that. Okay, I'm kinda curious. What if I turn that on? Just check it right now. What does that do? Alright. I'm definitely not gonna do that now. But next time. I saw you told me about you got an ad for like Coke flavored Oreos, which does sound pretty bad, but now that I think about it, I think I might have gotten some of those ads too. Is it the one where it's like a black and white stripes across the screen and like the the shape of a Coke bottle pops up and like the Oreos pop in to like the shape of the Coke bottle or something? Yeah. Okay, so it's that one. I never paid attention to what that actually was because I just never paid attention. But that one, that's the one. One that you're gonna find out that I'm in your walls. That I got the same ads as you. Yeah, like I was telling you the other day about how like ads have become so like low effort and like cheap and nonsensical. Like whatever happened to the old days? It was just like you get a person who like you get a person consuming your product and they say, wow, it's so great. It has these benefits. But nowadays instead like you get this wacky abstract animation and it's like if you just showed like that animation to someone, they would have no idea what you're advertising, which is exactly what happened to me. I see that ad so many times, and I have no idea what it's trying to sell me. But I guess Coke flavored Oreos. Kim, why is Kim not following me? Okay, there we go. as I was starting setting up like my tracking, because I forgot to set it up before starting. I just I set it up quickly, but I looked at myself and like, okay, this outfit I have is my outfit for a reason. This is the exact outfit I'm wearing right now. I look exactly like my model does right now. White t-shirt, white hoodie with the drawstrings. That is exactly what I'm wearing right now. It's lore accurate. Although my gold highlight is missing, which I noticed that a while ago that my gold highlight was missing. And I thought like, huh, I feel like a part of my identity is missing because I don't have my gold highlight. I might be able to get it redone, like if I ask. If I wanted it to be redone, which I do, it could be redone. But I'd have to ask my mom. And I don't want her to ask about my job search because, well, you know how it is. It's not gonna happen. And that involves me sitting in a chair for like half an hour. Just, yeah. Sitting in the chair for like half an hour, 45 minutes, I don't know. There's a chance it'll be fine, they won't say anything, because I think she's learned to like not ask me things. But we'll see. I do want my gold highlights back though, because that's a core part of my identity. Where were we?
The mother of humanism stands above you, a precious and complex wax painting on a single pane of glass. A crack runs across the length of her body, her face oval and sad.
Okay, visual calculus. I think I had, yeah, this. I think that's the only thing, visual calculus thing I have. Oh, never mind, I have one more. I think those are the only visual calculus things I have. Yeah, I'm not gonna even check the rest. I'm pretty sure that's it. Unless... No.
The mother of humanism stands above you, a precious and complex wax painting on a single pane of glass. A crack runs across the length of her body, her face oval and sad.
You know, maybe after stream today I will ask, like, get my highlights redone. Because I do want it. But you know, that's a dreaded conversation awaiting. 72% though.
The shards glimmer in the dark. You see little pearls of light on the edges of the crack that splits the female figure. Something was written there. Remains of broken letters line the emulsion. What it said, you do not know.
This is Dolores Day.
The old woman in the village was right. This must be the Delorean Church of Humanity in Martinez, or the Small Pinewood Church in some records.
You know the place?
It's a minor landmark, not easy to find. Most maps misplace it. It was built not long after Revachol's founding, 300 or so years ago, by first-generation settlers.
Oh. Yeah. Well, good luck with that. It's approximately the exact time you said you would, like, go handle it, so good luck. I'll let you know if I have any, like, critical moments, like that critical failure I just got.
On the coast of an uninhabited archipelago where only animals had roamed before, in the wild reeds.
Thanks, Swampty Dumpty Dom Center. What else do you know?
There used to be 7 stave churches on the coast. Les Sept Sœurs, they call them, the 7 sisters. Only one remains. The rest were burnt in the revolution or used for building materials. We should be respectful here, although the building appears to be deserted. I do not believe we'll find the instigator here. Something else, perhaps?
Respectful? Is the lieutenant a follower of DeLoreanism?
Hey, are you a follower of DeLoreanism?
Yes, we all are. Her name, body, and rule are synonymous with humanism. The laws we enforce are DeLorean in origin.
Shook my chin first.
The woman looks by in silence, smiling enigmatically.
I didn't think you were spiritual.
It's not spiritual, it's constitutional. The DeLorean system does not demand faith, only accordance.
Let's see. Pretty sure I already exhausted this person, both mentally and dialogically.
Yes, what is it?
How do you feel about hypnotic dance music?
What? I hate it.
I bet she hasn't even heard it.
Have you ever even listened to it? Like, actually listened?
Yeah, like all the time. My tent neighbors don't really ease up with their partying, do they? Maybe I'd have to be on drugs to get it, but to a sober mind it just sounds like uninspired rug whipping. No idea what it has to do with either dancing or music.
Right. But how do you feel about a club for hypnotic dance music?
This is about those speed freaks in the tent, isn't it? I've got some news for you. It's not a nightclub they want to build here.
What do they want to build then?
Take a guess, why don't you?
A youth center would be nice.
I can't believe they got you so easily. Go have another talk with those up-and-coming entrepreneurs, will you? Thanks.
Good luck. I'm not coming in there.
Right. Guess we're gonna go and talk to them. A lot of stuff in this church, though. I feel like this church has occupied a lot of my time, at least compared to every other building I've come across. Okay. They were somewhere to the right, I believe. Yeah, across this thing. Oh, can we go? Without Kim. Alright.
Hi again. So, how are things going?
About the church, I checked it out.
And? What happened?
Talked to the shadowclad being climbing the beams. A man living on the ceiling.
Oh man, the crab man you mean? Who is he? What did you think?
He gave me this odd lecture on alcoholism before rambling on and on about mother's love.
Really? Huh. Interesting. What's he doing in the church?
Just preaching and praying, from the looks of it.
No matter. Is he gonna be a problem? Yeah, Noid is right. Let's get back to the point. What are we gonna do about him?
These guys will never catch him. You will never catch him. There's nothing to do.
He told me he wouldn't mind the nightclub at all.
I dunno, man. Doesn't it feel like a major hindrance to you? A spooky guy climbing around when all the guests are trying to have nice, friendly hyper time?
You're just gonna have to live with the crab man.
I guess it's not a massive problem, now that I think of it.
Everyone is welcome to dance till the morning light! Yeah!
I'm still trying to see this guy's hair. Because in this portrait, he looks obviously bald. And his model is like, obviously not bald. I'm just gonna pretend he's bald. Because I'm gonna continue thinking that this is a reference to a real life Eggman.
Maybe. I guess we'll figure something out. Okay, but what about the other spooker? The one in Grandma's clothes? Did you see her?
Yeah, I was using the mainframe when soon a former lead programmer of Fortress Occident appeared.
A programmer? That's odd. What was she like? Did you ask her about the nightclub?
She said you guys haven't been completely honest with me about your plans. Actually, let's not reveal it yet. She said she did not like the I know the dance club idea.
What a pity! That's my favourite thing in the world! And she doesn't like it at all!
A shame. What can we do now? Do you see a way out of this jam and into a laser-lit future of dance and unity? Unity! Dance!
She made it very clear that she won't leave until her own project is finished. I bet these guys and Suna go together like unity in making good business decisions.
And you can't just evict her?
No, I won't, Victor. We have to come up with a different solution.
Look at you, Honor Man!
No, Noid. He's right. Maybe we've approached it the wrong way after all. I'm sure there's a workaround. We can make a deal not to bother her. If that's okay with her, we only want to get in the church and spread the joy and ecstasy of music. The lines in the dark exist. Coexist.
I'm kind of curious, like, what the deal is with Egghead now. Maybe I'll ask, because I'm pretty sure that was an option.
At least Crabman seems like an advanced being. He's hard. He'll understand.
I sure hope he's not hard, because I don't think he's wearing any clothes.
Yeah, he can do his climbing thing in the tower. And the programmer, does she like Nordic dance music?
She absolutely does not. Really, truly despises it.
Egghead cannot believe what she just said. It makes him pump the jam a little slower for a moment, but then he returns to the full swing of it.
No worries, we'll figure it out. If coexisting fails, you can always muscle her out, right? If it's all okay with you, what do you think?
Alright, I'll see how it goes. Proceed with the quest.
Excellent! Good luck, my friend.
What's the deal with Egghead? I want to talk to him.
He's a quiet man, mostly communicates through music, and by being a master of ceremonies.
How do you communicate with him?
Well, he's just kinda here. I don't really know how to communicate with him.
Have you ever really talked to him?
Yeah, sometimes. When I stumble and find my way into his center, you have to hear a lot of hardcore to the mega first though.
The man smiles mysteriously, choosing to let the beat speak for itself.
Hardcore?
I get it. He's a puzzle.
Okay. I wanted to ask about this tent full of equipment.
Yes. What?
What's with all the Nosafed?
The what now?
The Nosafed Ultra. You have a lot of it lying around.
Oh, the old Ultra.
He's like an actor looking to the souffleur for his line.
I have a major sinus infection, stuffy nose. We all do. Shit's all blasted up. Winter. Can't even breathe.
Sound fine to me. I don't see your condition, so you must not have it. Obviously.
Yes, that's all Nosafed's doing. Without the Noser, I'd be drowning in shit right now.
Nosafed is the shit.
Good, now on to the next thing. I'm not gonna ask these people for drugs.
Yes. What?
I see you brought your own water.
Yeah. Good to have, bitch to carry. When I first scouted the place, I did some reconnaissance. I'm not sure the church even has running water.
And it's distilled, too. How can I tell that? I just see, like, a giant gas can that says Ho on it.
Oh. It's the one they sell at the fuel station.
That explains why it's in a gas can.
It's like he's lying to you, my liege. But he's slippery enough that there's nothing for you to grab hold of.
I hate to tell you, but it reeks of sweat in here.
It does, doesn't it?
Told you we have a smell problem.
It's mixed with a peculiar chemical scent, like laundry detergent. And let me flex my perception. Smell.
He sniffs the air, then shrugs. It doesn't take a forensic scientist to guess it's drug-related. They look and act like the kind of guys who've done their fair share. However, their breathing is regular, their jaws stay put, and their pupils aren't dilated. So, not under the influence right now. At least, not under the influence of stimulants. That doesn't rule out hallucinogens, benzos, some depressants. How do you know all this?
Thanks, Wompty Dumpty Dump Center. I'm gonna get so many levels out of this. It's like plus 10 XP per trigger. I'm like 1 XP off from a whole nother level. I'm gonna have 8 skill points to spend. I'm gonna save my last slot until I get something really, that sounds really juicy. Alright, enough of this.
He nods enthusiastically, no doubt a little relieved.
Okay,
Goodbye, officer.
time to get logical. Okay, logic. Pretty sure most of my logic comes from like glasses. However, maybe I have a shirt that makes me smarter. There. I know I have that one. And the rest, I don't think so. That's minus logic. Oh, that's there. Wait a minute, I'm gonna die if I put this on. If I wear this shirt, it will kill me. There. Now I can put on my smart shirt without dying.
Hi again. So, how are things going?
Okay. 92%. That's pretty good.
A number of things don't add up. Let's take a look.
I got so many. I overshot that by so much. Well, 4 and a 6, that's pretty high roll already.
How about gather around, kids?
Okay, kids, now gather around.
The young speed freak puts down a busted capacitor and looks at you. The one with the large head seems very enthusiastic about whatever you have planned. Their would-be leader is less amused.
Okay, I guess I've sort of put myself into the role of like telling a story. Sometime in the past, I'm not sure when and where, but betrayal was involved. I fell sick and became the shadow you see now. But before that, I have reason to believe I was a police detective.
But you still are.
I was good enough in this job to be awarded the rank of Lieutenant Euphrator. I could have been captain. Imagine that.
What happened?
Disco happened.
I've been trying to say we need the next step in dance music to happen fast. Shut it. What? I have. I've said that.
Now obviously that might as well have been 1,000 years ago, but there's still some detective left in me.
The young speed freak is silent.
This is the makings of a club. It's a tent full of laboratory equipment for manufacturing drugs.
I have no idea how you arrived at that conclusion, but it's wrong. Look, we even have speakers.
One speaker. They have one speaker.
Where's his friend? Did he lose his friend?
What What do you mean, friend?
The other speaker. You have only one. Because I didn't buy that one speaker with the shoes sold by Sealang, which I should probably do because I have a lot of money. Put that on the list.
It's a one-speaker system. It's monodynamic. You wouldn't know the first thing about sound reproduction in anodic music. Other speaker.
This may be the brain damage talking, but you've definitely never heard of monodynamic or one-speaker systems.
Thanks, Swampty Dumpty Dom Center. Let's see. That Nosefed is here for its active ingredient.
He said it was for his nose. What more do you want?
Likely pseudoephedrine, almost exactly the shape of ephedrine. Ephedrine makes you happy, and so does pseudoephedrine.
Thanks, Swampty Dumpty Dom Center. These people are gonna give me so much money. The Still Lab, according to McLean Lab. Is Encyclopedia gonna chime in on this one too? I sure hope so.
And of all cellular-based life, what's your point, Lawbringer?
There's no need for me to pile up anymore, is there? Proceed.
No shit.
You're sober. Was it hard for you to keep sober for this meeting?
We don't need drugs to be hardcore.
Shut the fuck up, Egg.
Maybe not today, Egg. But you need drugs to get through the days when you're not expecting me. I'm just thinking that one Shakespearean line where it's like, what was it? What, you egg? He stabs him.
Climb down from the equestrian monument, cop man. Consciousness is new to the universe. We all have our ways to ease the shock.
Bottom line is, I know.
What exactly is it you know?
In short, you tried to use a police detective to set up a drug lab.
That's... Come on, that's...
Against the law?
I meant to say, not true.
So what are we gonna do with you? Proceed.
What do you mean, do?
Let's see, you tell me what's really going on and we'll work from there. I can be lenient.
What do you mean by lenient?
We'll see. Now speak. I definitely had the authority to pull that off, like... -1 authority. They better be shaking their boots. Or... Yeah, Egghead has boots. We'll see.
He thinks for a moment, then opens his mouth, but closes it again. Then finally raises his hands.
Things are just way too hard for an entrepreneur in this city. It's not like we're not going to turn the church into the wickedest club in East Revershoal.
Because we are! We totally are!
We just got to turn it into a speed lab first.
You know, to get our foot in the door.
And why did you need me?
Like I told you, spooky arseholes moved in while I was getting all this stuff together. A month ago, the place was empty, and now it's all spooked up.
They're not really spooky, are they? Although it is spooky season, so... It's in season.
No, man. They're spooky, all right. It's just that they would also probably call the police if we started cooking speed in there.
But I am the police. Put your hands behind the ground.
But the sign was way off too. I couldn't feel the love at all.
Sir, you promised you'd be lenient.
Let's see. I mean, I didn't promise I'd be lead. Let's see. I'm either gonna make him do a clean or evict them. You know what? I bet no one ever evicts them. Let's kick them out. Or let's evict them. Get lost. I don't want to see you again. Evict them. What, you egg? Stabs him.
No, please! There needs to be a club for Nordic music in there. Everyone hates each other. Everybody hates it here. It's all just drugs and we're slaves and I can't. We are running out of time. We need a win. I promise this will be a win. We won't cook speed in there. We'll do it clean. We'll do it true. We'll do it sober and real and beautiful. This will be a victory for the light.
Let's see. How mean am I feeling today? Let's see. I mean, it's even given me a second chance to reconsider. Fine, they can stay. Man, that speech was beautiful. I think I've changed my mind. Don't evict them. Fine.
Thank you.
The young man gulps like he's trying not to cry.
Well, I can still arrest them. Back up and report to Station 41. You know what? Either I'm going to take their money and then let them do the club, or just arrest them. Let's arrest them. Pack them for Station 41. You're under arrest. Put your hands behind the ground.
Fuck, man. You said you'd be lenient. What happens at the station?
The case will be reviewed. You might get prosecuted or not. We'll see.
Fine. I guess we're truly done.
But first, I need to see all of your identification documents.
The would-be leader pulls out a card from his jacket pocket and hands it to you. The name reads Pete Andre. His friend hands you his papers. The name reads Carl Holtzman.
Jermaine van der Wijk.
Mark their names down on my paperwork and hand each their form.
I guess that's that.
Yep.
Pack it up, Egg.
Now can I steal their drugs? Auto-saved. We're locked in now. Oh, the tent's gone. Hey, Kim.
Yes?
Nothing. Well, I've eliminated them from the game. I don't know, it's funny, like, I told them, like, oh, I told them that I changed my mind, I'm not gonna evict them. And I still had the option to arrest them anyway, which I promptly did. I thought maybe I'd be able to talk to him about it. I arrested those people. Kicked them out.
Yes, what is it?
Those ravers won't be bothering you anymore. I arrested them because they're planning a drug trade.
You arrested them? Didn't think the cops in this place had it in them.
Right, I'll let you work alone in peace now. They built a 2mm hole again.
The Swallow, you mean? What about it?
Nothing.
Great. Thanks.
Alright, well, that's that. I bet nobody arrests them, so you probably got your wish of seeing new things. Phone.
A metal payphone under a yellow plastic dome. You could use it to call someone, unless you're out of change.
I'm not having more phone ordeals. Unless... No. I've learned my lesson the first time. Over here. I think there is... I think I've already been there. That's where I got the Wompty Dumpty Dom Center. Oh. I gotta pass the time. Forfeited. Thursday, 11:21. Next. I guess can't have it all. 22 o'clock. I'm kind of contemplating going back and letting them just do it clean, but whatever. I live with my I live with my choices.
A policeman. What can our village...
Okay. Nothing. What else was there to do? Become a man of plenty. Inspect Clashes boy. I guess I should probably first find a coastline. Is this a wall? Okay, I guess there's like a wall behind that tree that I can't see. I think the coast would probably be somewhere on the left. But I walk up there. This should probably be like gonna be like the 10th town center, but there's gotta be an auto run for Disco Elysium. Hold on. Okay. I lost track for a second there. It happens sometimes. Just for whatever reason, the cable for my camera is really delicate. So if something touches it, or as I say, jangles the wire, it just like unplugs and loses connection. That box. That it? Oh, 45 cents. I don't see it. I remember looking at that thing before. Using visual calculus to reconstruct. I kicked the speed freaks out. Also, welcome back. Once again.
A row of ghostly shades facing a crumbling wall, with another 7 shades standing 10 meters from them. A single person stands on the sideline.
So let's see. I went and confronted like the speed freak / music people, and I arrested them. Yeah. I'm wondering like if I should go back and just like let them stay. But I thought it was funny. Like I was thinking on it for a while, and I thought, I guess I'm just gonna evict them. Then Egghead was like, no, please, we need a win. We'll do it clean. And then I changed my mind and said, okay, I won't kick you out. And then I still got the option to arrest them anyway, after saying I let them stay, which I thought would be funny. So I just went with that. Like, okay, I won't evict you. You're under arrest. Put your hands behind the ground.
A cold sea wind blows away the figures.
Yeah. I thought maybe if I acted fast enough, it would fit inside of a clip, which I'm probably gonna have to find because I didn't put a marker down. Oh yeah, I wanted to talk to Morel.
Hello. What can I do for you, officer?
Let's talk about cryptids some more. I've talked to Lane about the giant of Coco Nur. So that means I'm a professional now.
Okay. I already did my best to inform you. I don't really know what else I could discuss with the layman.
I know the biggest cryptid, the giant of Coco Nur.
That's impressive, I guess. But have you seen it with your own eyes?
Have you seen it?
I haven't had a chance to travel to Coco Nur. No. And I likely never will. The Samaskil desert region has been embroiled in a small civil war for the last 8 years. I fear this mindless barbarism may have wiped out the elusive creature entirely. Sightings of towering luminosities have grown rare recently, while they once used to be constant.
You have to go back and like ask Lane about all of them. Except Kim here won't let me. Which I feel like is unjustified for a couple of reasons. Because he said, oh well, okay, fine. Let's have some like, let's talk about some cryptids. So then I thought, okay, great, I'm gonna ask about all of them. And then I went to ask about other ones, and then the game was like, hey, you promised Kim you only asked about one. And then I was like, but you said it was okay. I might just go back and talk to Lane about them anyway. Because Kim said he wouldn't mind. So maybe.
Yes, sightings of mirages are constant. A mirage is a constant phenomenon that people have no time to report when a war is going on. It remains unclear what this has got to do with you seeing it, as he was inquiring before. He was just being defensive.
Friend Gary told me about the burning rhino.
Did he? That one's a hoax. Some Seraise rice farmers set fire to rhinoceros cadavers and use them to scare tourists.
But what if it's real? See, Kim, one of them is a hoax. Like, okay, you know what? I need to mirror my model. Because my second monitor is on the left. So it should be like, whenever I look to the left, I should be looking at Kim, but it got mirrored for some reason. I don't know why, like I didn't touch any of the settings, but it just defaulted to being mirrored one day. Stable horizontal flip. Weird. There. Now I'm looking at chat. And now I'm looking away. See Kim, one of them is a hoax.
Which one?
The burning rhinoceros.
The burning rhino is where they draw the line.
Have you told Gary this?
Many times. It always turns into an argument. I don't want to repeat it. The rhino holds a special place in his heart. Let it. Myths are part of my field.
I knew it can't be real.
Did you? it is almost as difficult to confirm a hoax as it is to confirm a sighting. By all means.
Okay, I'm gonna go back to Lena and talk about the rest of the cryptids. Alright. Is this the boy? Is that my boy?
A metal and plastic contraption bobs up and down amidst the trembling reeds. At first, it just looks like trash, but if you look closer...
That, over there, must be the boy class you told us about. The one she hid her passport in. We should take a look.
Oh wait, Kim, you weren't there. I spoke to Klasha about this when you weren't there. How did you know? Is Kim just watching me at all times? I'm starting to suspect that Kim was just stalking me at all times. You know what I think it is? Okay. Because I sent him off to take the body away at night, okay? And then he was obviously like not around because his car was obviously gone. Yet I had the option to knock on his door. And I thought, oh, why not? He's obviously not there because I just watched him leave. And then it turns out he was there. And I was so confused because I saw him drive away. His car is not there. This man is a mystery.
Ooh, hidden things, secrets, lies.
Alright, let's pick up my boy. How are you supposed to pronounce it? Because I've heard it both ways. I've heard it pronounced buoy and boy. As a kid, I always said buoy. I guess that's technically not wrong either.
You lift the boy out of the water without much effort. It's not tied to anything. The cords dangling from the bottom appear to have been cut.
Examine the plastic ball.
The number 11 has been written on the yellow plastic. It hasn't been in the water for very long, but it's already discolored and slimy with silt. A latch holds it close, but only just barely. The brittle metal of the latch has cracked.
Simple construction. Very unsafe.
Unsafe? Well, surely if I shake it, nothing bad's gonna happen, right? Shake the boy.
There's something in there, splashing around.
I'm not gonna sniff it. Open the boy.
A shot glass's worth of seawater pours out, some algae, and nothing else.
Well, damn.
We're lucky it's still here. A little longer and it would have floated away.
We still got here too late. There's nothing of use here anymore.
No documents. Who do you think took them? Maybe it was Ruby.
I have no idea.
This is a minor quirk. We know it was in the boy anyway.
Or think we do. This is a small loose end, either way. Not important, I hope.
Could this be related to the cryptozoologists and their little expedition?
In my experience, cryptids are generally uninterested in travel documentation. We should go.
You could ask the miss what she thinks, later, if you have the time. Though you doubt she'll tell you much at this point.
Let the empty boy be. Can I fast travel from here? Where do I have to be to fast travel? Like, if I walk over slightly, then can I fast travel here? Or do I have to be like within sight of a building or something? Okay, surely this is like close enough to civilization. Okay. So I guess that had to be like close to civilization or something. I'm supposed to put on my armor, so I don't die of sadness. Okay. I'm gonna save because Kim said it was okay to discuss all the cryptids. I guess this also means I'm gonna lock in kicking out the music people, the speed freaks, whatever. Martinez, day 1, 12, 17. Save. Okay.
Oh, hello, dear. There you are again.
I'm about to hear about more cryptids.
Of course, dear. Is there a particular cryptid that you're interested in learning about?
What's the tiniest cryptid? And Kimmy but not start speaking up. Said it was okay.
Cryobacter catlensis.
Cryobacter catlensis.
Yes, a unicellular bacterium that was discovered in one of the northernmost points of Kotla, on the Boreal Plateau, by renowned geologist Caitlin Mijanou some 70 years ago.
What's so special about it?
The bacterial colony Mijanou found had remained alive while frozen in ice for longer than anyone could reliably estimate, certainly from before recorded history. Mijanou disappeared shortly after injecting herself with the bacteria she had brought back to study, no doubt in hopes of prolonging her own life.
Wait, she injected herself with it?
Yes, the bacteria had survived in the ice since times immemorial. It is not hard to see where she could have gotten the idea.
It's actually a little hard to see, but do go on.
Do you mean there's an immortal geologist wandering the world?
Yes, and she's quite mad, too. After she treated herself with the bacteria, she stopped aging, but also became increasingly eccentric and irascible, so that even her oldest friends were forced to pull away. We can assume that she has been living somewhere in the wilderness for decades now, all alone except for the Cryobacter catlensis coursing through her bloodstream.
I actually remember these names. We got the Giant of Coco Nur and the Cryobacter catlensis. Catlensis, okay. Are there any invisible cryptids?
What an interesting question. And the answer is yes, there are.
Of course. All fairy tales have someone or something invisible in them.
Shush, Kim, she's gonna tell you about the invisible cryptid. What is it? Okay, I'm not gonna shush Kim. You're right, Kim, it's childish, but I need to know.
Okay, I won't spoil your fun. What is the invisible cryptid?
It's the Col de Mama d'Aqua. Its name means thin whisper of sound, and that's precisely what it is. Self-replicating sound waves, invisible and intangible. The Col de Mama is very afraid of us, which makes it incredibly difficult to track.
I've already forgotten what the name of the previous cryptid was. I think it was like the Bacterium catlensis. Oh, whatever.
Col de Mama d'Aqua can also be translated as a whisper light and low.
Thanks, Wompty Dompty Nom Center. A whisper light and low.
Yes, that's another translation. They're both quite lovely, aren't they? Although the low part is a little ironic. The Col de Mama d'Aqua makes, or rather is, such a high-pitched sound that other animals, including humans, can't hear it. It could be everywhere all of the time, and we wouldn't know.
Fine, I'll bite. How can an animal be a sound?
Many scientists have asked the same question. Some have claimed that It isn't itself a sound, but a tiny corpuscle that emits sound waves. But there's no evidence to support this theory.
What evidence is there of this animal being a sound?
Plenty. It's the evidence that led to its discovery. In the 20s, a group of Areopagite ornithologists, that is, scientists who study birds, were trying out a new recording technology for capturing sounds outside the range of human hearing.
Oh, you're done talking. I was busy shaking my bag.
When playing back recordings they had made in the foothills of the Ea mountain range, they noticed certain anomalies, patterns that seemed random at first, but on closer examination were consistent with the waveforms of songbirds.
Wait. EA mountain range? It's a good thing I have all this money. Maybe I can go see it. It's not easily.
The scientists soon discovered they could track and even predict what appeared to be feeding, mating, and migration patterns based on sound waves in a strictly delimited range of ultrasonic frequencies, even higher than those of the highest pitched bat calls.
I feel like I should call Encyclopedia.
They realized that they had discovered a new species and called it the Coldemamadaqua, after the Paracanassian name for the voice of God, which is said to be very silent.
Go on.
They grew quite obsessed with these little birds. Even though they couldn't see them, they could distinguish among individual birds and even began to name some of them.
This is like the juiciest script. I should have picked this one as my first choice. Name them.
Sequester, Time, Joscan, those are but some of the Mamadaqua they followed individually.
Why is the Mamadaka so afraid of us?
That is a sad story. A group of university students assisting with the field work in their enthusiasm for the project, and no doubt because they were preoccupied with impressing their professors, nearly drove it to extinction.
Extinction? Isn't that an arc map?
They tried to communicate with it and had no other means but sound. So they started sending out sound waves at frequencies they thought might match the Mamadaquas. And what happens when a sound wave meets another sound wave of the same frequency, dear?
Logic?
Psst.
They cancel each other out.
Oh, Encyclopedia. Thanks, Swampy Dumpty Knowledge Center. I thought it'd be logic. But Encyclopedia always slipped me a couple dollars and experience. They cancel each other out.
Exactly. And these tests were performed so recklessly that when they happened upon the right frequency, well, they wiped out most of the population. After that, the corpuscle appears to have migrated elsewhere. There have been recordings of anomalies similar to those spotted in Ea, but they've been few and far between. It's impossible to confirm the presence of any stable Coldemamadaqua population anywhere.
Of course. A common thread in these. Disappearance and unfalsifiability. I like the story, though, ma'am.
I'm glad you did, dear.
Could it be here? Right now?
It could be. As I said, it could be everywhere. And we wouldn't know any better. It could be ringing all the days of our lives and nights.
Interesting. What about...
What about what?
Nothing.
Of course, dear.
Hey, Gart.
Hey, was there something you needed?
No, I just want to harass you. Okay, let's go back to Morale. Church. I believe the church was the nearest point. I think. Now I just gotta figure out where exactly he is from here. I think this is the way. I remember this. I don't know. I remember walking left. That's all I know. There.
Hello, hello. What can I do for you, officer?
I'm now an expert on cryptids.
Okay. I already did my best to inform you. I don't really know what else I could discuss with the layman.
I know about Cryobacter catalensis.
Oh, everyone knows about that one. Thanks to Professor Mijanu being the talk of the town for a time. Although, probably because her life ended as a result of her work in Gutler, no one remembers her contributions to the search for the Nong-Ok.
Better not to go into the Nong-Ok.
Yes, probably.
I thought I had one more. Like, I got told about the other one. So...
By all means.
Oh well. Maybe it unlocks now?
Okay.
No.
By all means.
Yeah, it was like the Cold Aqua. But I don't have that option.
Okay. I already did my best to inform you. I don't really know what else I could discuss with the layman.
I don't have the option. And I know this is the option you say like when you don't know anything. So I'm not gonna pick that one.
By all means.
Did you know Gary was hiding the armor?
Hell no. I had no idea. And I'm still cross with him, to be honest. It's not like him. He's got his quirks, but dishonesty, disloyalty are not one of them.
I don't think so.
Thanks.
I don't think,
Okay. I already did my best to inform you. I don't really know what else I could discuss with the layman.
like, I just don't have the option. I think I'll just send them back. Oh, Tails, let's change the subject.
By all means.
Actually, what if I talk to Gary? What if I intimidate him again?
Always a pleasure to see an officer of the law. I mean, officers.
I think I'm not gonna tell him that I broke into his house. I'm just gonna send him back.
Hello, hello. What can I do for you, officer?
It's time to return to your woman. Wait a minute. No, I don't have a donation link. I think Mary was telling me I should set one up. Nope, I have no link. Yeah, I just noticed that this does have NCO. Is this because I have the Revacholian nationhood? Revacholian nationhood. Pretty sure that's what gives it. This is the sexist thought. But no, I don't have the donation link. Why do I need a donation link? It's time to return to your woman, Morale.
By woman, you mean my wife, I assume? I will return to her. But I can't leave before we finish with these traps. My wife understands that just as well as anyone.
Come on, Morale. We've been soaking out here for days. It's time to go back.
And leave the traps? Absolutely not. I won't let Lena down.
Come on, she wants us back. I'm soaked up to my nuts over here. We'll both catch reed crabs if we don't dry out soon.
I didn't know this phasmid was so important to Elena.
Of course it's important to her. She's seen it. A verified sighting, on record. One of only 4 this century, and it's hers.
She's seen it?
She sighted the phasmid?
Yes, that's how we first came to know one another, in fact. But that's her story to tell, not mine. Suffice to say, it's long been our dream to find proof of the Insulindian phasmid together. I can't abandon course now.
Maybe you could go back to the Whirling, warm up, and come back to check the traps later?
No, no, no. The traps need to be monitored on a regular schedule. What would we do if the phasmid were to starve while we were sipping tea at the hostel?
What does he even eat?
He's dead set on this. I could go for some trap setting.
What if we check the traps for you?
I didn't expect you to take such an interest in our work here, officer.
Cryptozoology and detective work are very similar.
Yes, indeed. Both require a great deal of research, attention to detail, and, above all, persistence.
What do I do if there's a phasmid in one of the traps?
Bring it to me at once. Just make sure the trap is closed tight.
He's not comfortable with the possibility that you'll claim the find, but he's lying about this even to himself.
What if I encounter the phasmid in the wild?
That's highly unlikely, officer. But in the event you do, I'll spray you with a pheromone mixture I developed. It's made of musk and research chemicals. The pheromone should attract the insect to you, or at least prevent it from bolting at the sight of you. It's quite potent. Will last you about a week.
Lay it on me. Vic. This is probably going to like hurt my suggestion or something. It's gonna make me less desirable. Which is gonna be a major loss, considering it's my best skill. Lay it on me, Vic.
I hope you're not buying this. He dispenses it without letting you touch the canister, so it would be precious like holy water.
It is precious. A single dose cost me 50 real to develop. Not that I expect you to understand self-financing one's own research.
Where are these traps?
There are 4 in total. One is to the south, on this little peninsula, by the boathouses there. It's very near. Another we set in Land's End, to the northeast. It's behind a small sand dune there, on your way to the old radio tower, after the church.
I hope this is getting written down like by quest tracker or something.
The 3rd is set near the canal, where you crossed, by a concrete slab. A big thicket of reeds going up the slope, and among them... You should check at least one of those before returning to this one, since I just said it. This one's more of a technicality, but still, better safe and stupid than sorry.
Yeah, that's how Miri plays Ark.
That seems like a lot. Do we really have time for this extracurricular venture?
The pursuit of knowledge is its own justification.
Is it?
I'm ready, let's go.
Right. Which means you two can pack up and go back to the Whirling.
Finally, someone's talking sense.
Thank you for your help. Gary and I will start breaking down camp. If you have any more questions, Now's the time to ask. We'll be gone once you get to it.
I'll get going. Alright, so what did he just say? He said there's one to the south and one to the northeast, and one near the water block where I crossed. And the one right here. I guess northeast would be the nearest one, unless this is just a wall, which looks like it is. It'll probably highlight itself when I get near it. Oh, there's one.
There's a trap in the reeds at your feet. Looks like the same one you saw Morel set before. Same mesh, same wiring.
Let's look around.
Behind you, the ruins of a residential building loom over the reeds. They whisper amongst themselves, confidentially. Snowflakes cling to their shivering stems.
Reach for the trap.
Locusts are crawling around in the trap, confused but uneaten. You see no carnivorous reed phasmid gorging on them.
Big surprise. Anyway, 1 down, 3 to go.
Damn, I was hoping you'd be in the first one.
No, you weren't.
I mean, that would have been nice. Otherwise, it's gonna be like one of those situations where the game is like, hey, you gotta find this thing, and these are the possible locations you can find. And every time, it's always in the most inconvenient, like, place to look, or a path, and it's always the most inconvenient, like, possibility every time. I remember when we were just playing Raincoat, like crossing at the electrified floor. I was thinking to myself, it's gonna be the most inconvenient path possible. And it was. It was the most inconvenient, longest path possible. Someday, someone's gonna make a puzzle like that, where it's the simplest, shortest path possible. In this box. Yeah. Oh, 7 cents. I wonder if I can talk to Joyce about anything. Try to save. What if I tell Joyce that Everett's plans?
You're back. Good. What can I help you with?
Let's talk about Everett.
Oh?
Mr. Everett's helped me find my gun.
Oh. That's so helpful of him.
The lieutenant looks at you, and you can swear his jaw muscle is trembling.
This is mostly why I saved, because I'm pretty sure Kim would not be happy about this. I just want to do it.
He's able to contain the anger and surprise.
Yeah, he's not happy about this. That's the whole reason I saved.
Unconventional police officers sometimes lose their guns. They then go around and tell people about this, to gauge their reactions. It's all part of detecting.
Incredible. Simply incredible. And how is it going? Has this detecting produced a gun?
Mr. Everett's helping me find my gun.
Yes. As you said.
Please, don't get him in a loop. If he gets in a loop, it will last forever. Ask him to say something else, please.
That's wrong. You don't get into loops.
Yeah, I don't get into loops.
Totally slanderous. Maybe you've gotten into one tiny loop once.
tiny loop.
Of course. Thank you for the advice. I'm glad you were here to assist. Your other dealings with Evra...
Okay, I don't want to leave Kim pissed off. So actually, what if he talks to me after that?
The lieutenant will be more lenient toward sharing those, hopefully.
Okay.
Of course, Detective.
Anything to say about that?
Yes?
Okay, let's load. I'm not gonna make him angry and leave him angry. That's gotta be like one of the best things I've done in my playthrough. The whole gun loop.
You're back. Good. What can I help you with?
Whatever.
Oh?
Let me find my gun. No, this whole thing is a takeover. As tempted as I am to say this again. You know, maybe when Kim is gone. And this whole thing is a takeover.
Is what you're about to say when a cold streak runs through your heart. Once said, there is no going back, Harry.
And this is a takeover.
A takeover?
Yes, it's not a strike. You aren't being let in because there's nothing to negotiate. The Union is taking the terminal.
If they're taking it...
Green livery, changing into red, blot by blot. Like a cancer of the blood, metastasizing.
What does that mean?
Then we're talking about a war. Evrart needs to let me into the harbor at once. We need to talk about this.
He's ready for a war. They all are.
They most certainly are not. Crenel has 1,000 men on their payroll. The next batch will be a platoon of 20 men and a gunship.
I've seen the Union's forces. They are better organized than these mercenaries. They also have the support of the people of Revachol West. It will take more than Crenel to wipe them out. Wild Pines will need to send more and better equipped men. Make no mistake, ma'am. I am sure you have the money. The question is, how many years and how many lives are you willing to sacrifice?
What do you suggest I do?
Does it matter? Or has her mind been made up for quite a while now?
First, will this affect your decision-making process?
Everything affects the decision-making process, Detective.
Officer?
I wish there was a disco option.
I'm afraid we won't disco our way out of this one.
Let's see. It's not the RCM's job to make these decisions.
Of course. Your job is to clean up after them. And it looks like there will be a lot of cleaning to be done in the near future.
So what are you going to do?
What will I do?
Her arms fall to her sides. Her spine relaxes.
Did I ever tell you how they discovered this Isola? During our talks?
You said I'm uneducated, remember? I don't remember this, but she probably said that as I was standing there, like, twirling my finger on my head, trying to think of a good comeback, and suddenly half an hour passed. All because I was short 1 reaction speed, which I could have had by putting on the hat. You said I'm uneducated, remember?
Typically arrogant of me. Absent-minded as well. Inter-Easlary travel has left holes in my consciousness, I'm afraid.
Tell me. I gotta pass the time so I can get my gun. So I can help my gun. I mean, help Mr. So Mr. Everett can help me find my gun. Yeah, that.
It may be the only break we've ever caught as a species. The last one for 400 years.
Why?
The nations who colonized this Isla called theirs Muindi, the world. It was all they knew, all they thought would be. That there would be something more was a gamble, akin to another world, or life after death.
Is this gonna be like the Pale conversation?
The Pale was thought to be impregnable, perpetual. Irene la Navigateur, the Queen of Suren, sent 8 expeditions, one after the other, into the mass at the edge of the world. 5 of the crews did not return. 2 did, but had lost their minds.
I guess this is the Pale conversation. 8? Is that a normal number?
It was anything but normal. There was no precedent. People thought she was punishing the admirals, or had gone mad, or both. Until after years of trial and error, and the development of a strict psychological regime imitating the creation process of poetry.
Called Volta Domar, or Return from the Sea.
The 8th expedition returned, sane and intact. They told of a new continent of matter. They told the Queen and her counselor, Dolores Day, that the Pale had begun to condense, day after day, hour after hour, minute after minute. Slowly raining down until it formed a vast ocean.
The air is cold and scented with petrichor.
Petrichor is the scent you smell after rain. There's fresh raindrops. Did you know? Where's my encyclopedia check? Where's your $2.10 experience? This ocean?
The phenomenon has never again been encountered. For a time, the crew thought they were experiencing a hallucination. The mass hand proclaimed, "Lancielinde, Lancielinde," the signal to wake up. But they could not. They were sane and conscious, as islands began to appear on the horizon. There are 78,000 uninhabited islands in the Insulindian archipelago, officer. The freckled face of God.
Yeah, of course I want to proc Wompty Dom Center, because that means I get $2 and 10 experience. Don't you want $2 and 10 experience for prompting Wompty Dom Center? It's not just because I want to say the name.
You've thought it a million times.
Afterlife, death, after death, life began. After the world, the Pale, after the Pale, the world again. You shouldn't know. Yeah, you in the bottle. Yeah, I knew you had a drinking problem. You and your bottles. Where me, I have Wompty Dumpty Dom Center. I make money by telling people fun facts.
A total shift in human comprehension of reality. On the second day, a great skua was shot down above the flagship Lizargique. The bird was preserved and brought back, along with pollen.
I got $2 every time I told someone a fun fact. I'd probably have at least like $5. The skua, isn't that like the bird that I broke in Gart's place?
4 years later, the Queen's Counselor was proclaimed Her Innocence Dolores Day, the elected world spirit. The age of humanism, internationalism, and parliamentary rule followed. We were high.
Wish I was high. What is this thing? Agility miracle. Temporary research bonus none. I might as well unlock it. And I got the skill points to spare. How many total thoughts are there? Like, what could there be? I think I'm gonna take this. Insulated miracle. Whatever it is. It almost has your name, Mary. It's a miracle. Also, look, I have 69 experience, which is a pretty nice amount. Eternalize. The Great Squirrel was the first bird they saw.
The first living, autonomous organism. Proof of reality. It's the symbol of Insulinde, Detective. The coat of arms of the suzerain and the wings on the crest of the commune.
I seem to have it in for it. Or it for me. I broke one.
In your defense, it is a nasty creature who plucks food from the throats of lesser birds. Yet much like Revachol, it is also magnificent and rare. Imagine the suzerain of seagulls.
Leaving us here.
On Caillou, the Pebble, the largest of the fertile, uninhabited islands of the northeast Insulindian archipelago. 4 centuries and 2 revolutions later.
And this was the last break we got?
The nations of Mundi proceeded to discover 5 more Isolae. Or they discovered us. All in the rush of the great inter-Islary reconnection. But these others weren't uninhabited. We had to kill people there. Wipe out indigenous populations. Gunboat economies. Or they came to do the same for us. Or had done to each other. But here... there was no one but the Skua, the Liliat Sea, and the Blood Beach, and the River Esperance. It was the new world. The Mondials used it to amass the greatest concentration of wealth mankind has ever seen. Revachol, the suzerain.
Well done, suzerain.
But what was done exactly? Revolution, the rise and crash of capital, international intervention.
It's raining. You don't happen to have a $4 plastic poncho on you with you, do you? Because I failed to steal one.
It is. Soon it will be spring and everything will blossom.
The gangs will run wild, jacking motor carriages, ferrying amphetamines through Coal City. Spring is tough in Revachol.
Yeah, speaking of jacking motor carriages, I still gotta go, like, terrorize those 2 kids. Put that on my to-do list. What will you do?
I will surrender Terminal B to the Union.
Is that within your means?
She puts her hand in the rain. She's silent for a second.
We will see.
Ma'am, this may well unravel property law this side of the river. If that occurs, we may never see the end of this kind of confrontation. The next time there will be 2 strikes, then 4, then 100.
What happens will happen. The age of capital has only begun. I will talk to my employers in person. We will amputate and cauterize Martinez. If you handle the situation on the ground.
We? She generally affords that term to her employers. I'm gonna take this check right now. Although, I do have some points to spare. I could put a point in rhetoric. Make sure. Rhetoric. I'm thinking if I ask this, I might lose a point and get a penalty. So, I think my odds are fairly good already. So, I'll put one in rhetoric. 92%. She generally avoids that term with her employers.
There are no employers. She's a member of the board. Probably a partner.
Okay, I would have been good anyway, but it would have been close. You are the Wild Pines. There are no employers.
You are the citizens' militia. There are no superiors.
What? Of course I have superiors.
That's right, Detective. And next time, you should confer with them before you go setting events in motion.
Events are already in motion. Whether your actions accelerated or momentarily retarded their progress, even the lieutenant cannot really say.
Even after all this time, I still don't really understand who you are, what your angle is.
I have not deceived you. I told you exactly who I was. Rejoice Layton.
I can't tell you about my ever finding my gun. You're going now?
Yes, Mr. Clare has a 2-month head start. I can't let it grow any bigger. And I've exhausted all my options from here.
Alright, understood. Let her go.
Keep the peace, and I will keep my end of the bargain.
How far along is Cronell's investigation?
A confrontation is imminent. They have followed in your footsteps. As your investigation reaches a climax, so does theirs. They are your shadow. Arm yourselves. Armor yourselves.
Oh yeah, I gotta get the armor.
Protect their targets. Violence may be unavoidable, but we can limit the casualties.
When will they make their move? Where?
Soon. I do not know precisely. They have cut off all communication, you see. They know I've been feeding you information. One last thing, Lieutenant Dubois. I've given the matter much thought and come to this conclusion. You're not an amnesiac. You're insane. I know, because I too am insane. I just hide my illness better. And I'm rich.
Well, I'm rich too, thanks to this thing called the Whompty Dumpty Dump Center. I have $200 in my pocket. That's like $210. That is more money than Joyce had in her pocket when she came here. Because when I asked her for money, asked for $100, and she said something like, "Okay, yeah, I have $200. You can have 100. It's half my money." I have more than that in my pocket right now. I'm richer than Joyce. Isn't everybody? I'm not getting that. You think you have to be insane if you think I'm getting that. Isn't everybody a little insane?
No, Detective. No one's as insane as you.
Don't worry, madame. I am very sane.
I'm overexposed, baby. My travels take me through the Pale dozens of times a year. I've got the longing. And I've got it bad. The same strict psychological regimen the 8th Admiral developed when he crossed the Pale and discovered this Isola, the Volta do Mar. It's used by inter-Easlary travelers and other troubled souls, even to this day.
You could use a little of it yourself.
Came back. It was a advertiser. Goodbye, Joyce L. Messier.
Another woman gone.
Watch out for yourselves. They will strike soon.
The lieutenant watches her boat grow smaller on the bay, its white sails fluttering. You wonder what Everard has to say about this. Slowly, the sails turn grey-blue as more oxygen gets between you.
There's no way Everett wasn't prepared for this. He had to have been prepared for me to tell Joyce this. So I wonder, what if I were to go back to him and just tell him, like, hey, I'm just trading information between you two. Actually, I need to check something.
The waves are beginning to die down. Look at those little bastards. Simmer down. Simmer down, bastards.
Why does she care about the waves so much?
What is it with you and those waves?
What is it with waves and fishermen? We need to be out there with them, fishing, making a living. So I asked them to accommodate me. But until that happens, I can try to assist you the best I can. So, what will it be, officer?
What are my odds? I need 15, and I have -2 suggestion. I mean, you never know. You know, they say, like, you gotta shoot your shot. I'm looking for someone else, actually. For Ruby. Yeah, watch this give me a penalty saying, like, oh, I'm looking for someone else. That must mean I'm not looking for her. I mean, let's be real. I'm not getting above, like, 3% for this thing at all. Like, I can send Kim away, sure. But how much would I need for this to be more than 3%? I think I would need... Yeah. So, if I had 3 and rolled 12, that would make it, but that would also be a critical success anyway. So I would need 4. I need +6 suggestion to have a chance greater than 3%. So yeah, I'm looking for someone else actually.
Oh? Who?
Nobody.
Well, how can I assist you then, officer?
So I take it that's your skiff? Point to the overturned boat.
Sure is. The Sun, I call her, coated with a fresh layer of tar just yesterday. It'll take some time for it to dry, assuming the sunny days continue.
That's my motor carriage in the sea, by the way. Went to the sunken vehicle. Look at my shame.
Oh. That's good to know, I guess. Why is it in the sea?
An official investigation has been launched by me to determine just that, ma'am.
That's great. Until then, you should maybe start thinking about the funeral.
Sire, she doth not believe it wasn't you.
You're suggesting we honor the carcass of my former motor carriage?
Aye. Feels deserved, don't you think? Falling in the line of duty like that and all?
What an odd thought. Maybe I should.
Why odd? Our things are part of our life world. They're made with our human sweat and they share human history. We should care about them as we care about humans. To some extent, at least.
Life world? Someone's been reading up on last century Gotvaldian philosophers. Play it cool now.
I'm in, but organizing a funeral takes a lot of time and effort, doesn't it? It does. I've been part of organizing one once, and that was like the most exhausting 2 months of my life.
Oh yeah? You won't even be able to get it out of the water before early June. And where are you going to bury it? Who to invite? What music to play at the wake?
Could sing karaoke for the wake.
Take it from someone who's been through a few funerals. It's easiest to just leave them there and let nature take care of it.
That's all we have time for right now anyway. Come back here in June and see how you feel about it then. It's not like it's going anywhere.
It's a pity we don't get to do more frivolous side activities like rejuvenate the doomed commercial area, or...
Yes, that is a pity. But for now, let's focus on the things we do get to do. Like the murder investigation, for example.
Seeing you. Oh. I got past 10 more hours, and I can go like try and get my gun. Wait, I'm looking for these traps. You said there was one near the waterlock where I crossed. So I have to get past these hills that are very easily navigable, like for a normal person, but they're invisible walls here. I just can't just step down them. It's a swing. So it should be close then. Yeah, there's one.
A familiar apparatus lies among the reeds. Another one of Morel's traps, weighed down by stones to keep it in place.
Look around.
The reeds bend forlornly toward the sand. You see slabs of concrete north. In the east, the city center hums to you. The constant, distant song, louder on this part of the coast, nearer somehow. And there's that cold again. Always the cold.
Reach for the trap.
This trap is also full of panicked locusts. No sign of any cryptozoological beast inside.
Another empty trap.
Let's keep going. The next one is the lucky one.
Yep. The next one has a crab trapped in it. These are just crab traps, you do realize?
It sounds like he's getting tired of all this stuff. Where's the next one? The far northeast of the Feld building. I can't fast travel anyway. Even if I could, I wouldn't really know where to go. But I think the Feld building is where I got the Wompty Dumpty Dom Center. Where I talked to that guy and his son. I might also go like talk to Everett and see what he has to say. I get like an indication of where I am. I think I just gotta go left. Not that left. Maybe I should ask Everett. I'm sure he knows something about being left. Or is it right? I think he said he's like left, right? This is the one we were at initially, and he said I should check this one last, I think. Far northeast. But I'll know if the boy is here. If that's the boy, this is the last one I need to check. Northeast. Can I go up here? Oh yeah, there's the guy. Far northeast. I don't think they moved the body yet. I just remember there was a body here. Or not here. There was a body. I should probably check that. But there's a thing. Moonshine. It looks like they got rid of the body. Wow, they're really good at taking away bodies. I should take a page from their book.
There's some tear. An empty...
Or both, as some people would say. So if it's not here, then I guess it's more to the right. Northeast. I feel like this is mostly north. Actually, do I have a compass? I don't really have a compass, do I? But I would assume that north is north. Okay, so it's gotta be up here somewhere. Big open area. I haven't opened this yet. Have I done this thing yet?
An old door, worn by elements.
Okay, I remember that. I couldn't open that door. How could I forget that one? Where I literally met the required skill roll with a critical success, and it still failed me. I don't know where it is. You know what? Couldn't Morel have just done this himself? Oh, there it is. Couldn't he have just done this himself? Because I'm literally just walking around, inspecting the traps with my eyes. It takes like 0 minutes. And he just stood there for like 2 days, around the same trap, just looking at it.
This trap's not too hard to spot, once you know what to look for. Keeping it hidden has not been a priority for the cryptozoologist.
I mean, this was pretty hard to find for me. Look around.
The reeds shake sadly in the coastal breeze. Snow specks the stalks. Most of it melts quickly. The reeds seem to be waiting for something. The wind picks up here, near the cape's end, surrounding the narrow strip of land from 3 cardinal directions.
Hold on.
It's cold for this time of year.
Is the color of the continue button like the color of the related skill that's about to trigger or something? Because I thought the continue button was like orange, but I noticed that one's like red for shivers probably. I never noticed that before. Richard the Trap.
Nothing but locusts in this trap as well. Definitely no cryptozoological monstrosity.
Like, it is definitely different. This is not the same continue button I looked at a few seconds ago.
Empty as all of them. One more of these and we are done.
Getting tired?
No, I'm fine. I didn't mean to complain, it's just...
I think I haven't walked here before. Shortly before stream started today, I was looking at this other program for VTubing. I don't remember quite what it's called, but I might give it a try. It looks cool. I think it was like Warrida or something. I think I kept the Steam page open in case I lost it. No, not VTube Studio, it's Warrida. VTube Studio is the easy option, like that's what everyone uses. I'm not like everyone else. I am insane. Can VTube Studio like use 3D models? Because I have a 3D model. I always thought it was like 2D only, but I never tried or checked. Yeah, I've tried using a couple of them. I think the first one I mainly used was VC Face. Yeah, and then VC Face was having like some problems and I couldn't like use it. So I switched to something else. I switched to V Magic Mirror, which it is a bit different. I think it's a little bit less supported than VC Face is, like a lot of extensions and plugins aren't made to work with V Magic Mirror. But I thought it was cool because you can have like unofficial hand tracking. At least if you pay, which I didn't, so I don't really have it. Well, I have it, but if I turn it on, I'm like grayed out and stuff. Show detection status. Yeah. Wait, no, I need to set my thing to not. Oh, hands. I have hand. I have 2 hands. Hand tracking. Which I thought was really cool. That's basically the only reason. Yeah. I don't actually use it, it's just, it's there and it's cool. But what I've seen like of Waruda or whatever it was called, looks like it's really customizable. You can have like throws in there. And I don't have Twitch integrated throwing system, so currently I don't have throws. So maybe I could try it.
This is the last of the traps. The one Morel just set. Checking it over, he said, is just a technicality.
Look around.
The reeds by the abandoned campsite sway and tremble while the snow falls all around. It's good the cryptozoologists left. This isn't a very cozy place to stay night after night. The later it gets, the colder. Remnants of the camp can still be seen in the sand. The fire that's gone out. You feel strange, somehow.
The trap.
The trap feels light and silent as you pick it up. Something is different here.
Closer.
No locust. No phasmid either, but still.
Look closer still.
Well, the bait worked on something. This doesn't mean it was a reed monster, though. Unless you see one in there, I just see an empty trap.
The netting is a little untidy, messier than the others. Like someone or something picked the trap up and shook it before dropping it back down on the ground.
But what if it was the fast print? What if it ate it and then got out?
Right. Anyway, that's for the cryptozoologists to figure out now. We are not cryptozoologists. We are cops.
Okay, look at this continue button. This is not the default stock continue button. Like it's like pinkish redder. It has this little texture on the right. So if my theory is right, this is about to trigger like a physique skill check or something.
A cold gust of air dries your sweaty face, and you look to the dark shadow, the Feld building in the distance, drawing you to it. What a strange sensation. Once this is done, should you try to ask again?
Okay, so I think I'm right. I think I may have seen yellow continue buttons. Maybe purple. I don't know if I've seen blue ones though. But wow, that's a really cool detail I've never noticed before. Okay, so I'm thinking I'll fast travel back and maybe tell Morale about the trap. If I can find a place I can fast travel from. Which may be here. I can't fast travel from here. Let me just take a few more steps downward. I can fast travel from here. Alright. Let's go tell him. I wonder if Gary's here too, or if Gary went to his house. If he's not here, I might go raid his house again and see. Oh, he's here. I found the thing.
It's great to see you again, officer. My wife can't wait to thank you. Go on, talk to her.
I found the thing.
Oh, sweetie, I don't even know how to thank you for finding my husband and helping him out. I hope we haven't been too much trouble for you.
I'm just doing my job, ma'am.
Here, I want to give you a small token of my gratitude. It's a tie, Meskin origin. The pin is an antique, quite special.
New clothing items. Nice. Look, it's a yellow continue button. So my theory is absolutely right. So this is going to trigger a Motorix check.
The little silvery knob holding the tie together feels warm in your hand. It's in the shape of an avian skull.
And this one's blue.
Eyes.
This one's blue. So is this gonna be like an encyclopedia, Jack? Am I gonna get $2 and 10 experience?
You could ask her about this when you get the time. It's probably a cryptid, but the phasmid, of course, is more important.
Thanks, Swampy Dumpty Dump Center. Wow. So that means I can preemptively snipe encyclopedia. So I can see a blue continue prompt and then like call for encyclopedia. You never told me you've seen the phasmid.
Oh, you don't want to hear about some old woman's ramblings.
Ramblings? Nonsense. Your description of the phasmid is the most precise I've ever heard.
But darling, I didn't even get the size of it right.
You were a child, my dear. Really. It's extraordinary what you were able to describe. Now go on. Tell our friend about it. He's proven his interest in the field.
Oh. I just got a notification on my phone, and I checked it, thinking maybe it was this code that I was expecting like 2 hours ago, 2.5 hours ago. It was not. It was like some advertisement like, your account has new features, check them out. And for a second I thought it says, your account has been checked out, and I'm like, huh? What do you mean my account's been checked out? But no. My account has new features, and they want me to check it out. Still no code though.
Reflexively, the lieutenant read his familiar notebook.
Yeah, take notes, Kim.
Well, it was summer. I was building a racing track out of sand on the beach near a tall stand of reeds. Quite a tall one. Many times my height, I remember. When, all of a sudden...
Wait, where was this and how old were you?
Ah, I'm getting ahead of myself. I was 5.5 in Betancourt in the suburbs. My grandmother had a summer home there.
Encyclopedia?
Betancourt got bombed in the war. It used to be quite near, circa 20 kilometers from here.
Thanks, Encyclopedia and Wompty Dumpty Dom Center. What happened?
The strangest moment of my life. I looked up and one of the reeds moved. Not like a plant, but like a living thing. It stood up and looked at me. Its body unfolded like some antique toy. I've never seen anything like it. I didn't know this can happen, so I reached my arm and touched the thing. It felt just like a stalk of reed, but it moved, swaying, towering above me. After a while, 20 seconds, a minute maybe, it left, went into the reeds.
Did you follow it? I felt like when I go to select the dialogue option, I just like blind Borel absolutely, just like I move mouse over and just he's absolutely blinded by my flashlight.
I tried, but I was only a child. There was mud and high water. I couldn't see it anymore. I was just standing there knee-deep in mud, looking around me.
Then what?
I ran back home to my grandmother and asked her if reeds could walk, and told her they were looking at me. Of course, she just laughed at me, but I knew what I'd seen.
I just want to say, I feel like at least 20% of the resources required to run this game go into me holding a flashlight at all times and having to animate the shadows, the dynamic shadows of everything I shine is at in real time, at every angle. That's gotta be a sizable chunk of the resources used for this game.
For years, it was a story I told at parties when I wanted to impress boys. That sort of thing. Of course, most people just took it as a strange, amusing anecdote. So did I, honestly. But then I met Morel.
We were on a date. Can you imagine? She tells me a story, and it's the most detailed report of the Insulindian phasmid I've ever heard. The sounds. She told me it hissed.
It did, yes. Like reeds in a gust of wind.
The way it moved, the colour, how some of its limbs were white, like marble. It matched perfectly with what I know from other accounts. It was amazing. If it weren't for Lena, I might have given up hope years ago. It's no exaggeration to say that she restored my faith in my profession.
You were on a date?
Our first, yes.
Is this going to be an encyclopedia again, or...?
The glance is tender, yes, but tempered by something else. A thought she can't express, even to him. Interesting.
I didn't think so. Every time I'm getting excited every time I see like a blue continue bar. Like, oh, it's gonna be an encyclopedia. Am I gonna get $2? Nope, not this time. The limbs were white.
Not all of them. There is some white coloration reported, along with beige, where the camouflage ends.
How big was it?
It's hard to say how big things are when you're quite small yourself. To me, it seemed to be taller than I was then, but that's probably not the case.
Kim, what do you think of this?
I thought it was a wonderful story, man.
Thank you for sharing this with me. Conclude.
You're welcome, sweetie. I do appreciate the chance to relive it whenever I get one. It was just... such an impossibly sunshiny day. So warm.
That's all for now, man. Let me look at this tie. Oh, Inland Empire and Volition. You know what? Hang on. Let's shuffle them around. Is this actually a tie? If I saw this, I would not think it's a tie. Or maybe it is. Yeah, what does it look like? Because it seems like it's more like a necklace. But look, I have 3 morale now. 3 morale, because I solved this. I helped out with the cryptozoologist investigation. They call me Morale, the cryptozoologist. Yeah, it doesn't hit the same. This gives me like a lot of good drama though. Like, flat 2 points in drama, no drawback. I found the thing.
Haha, nothing like the gratitude of a good woman. Now then, what can I do for you?
So I checked all the traps.
Good. Okay. And
one of them was empty.
Completely empty?
Yes, there was nothing in the trap. No locusts, no phasmids.
No locusts? No phasmid either?
That's not ideal, but...
The empty trap was the one at your campsite. Maybe this factors into it somehow.
I definitely left that one stocked.
Right from the campsite? Just means the Insulindian phasmid is even more clever than we thought.
She's engaging in a well-known self-deception called motivated reasoning. You should correct them.
Of course, more clever.
Yes, the Phantasmadeia picked off the Locust and escaped. This is good news, though we'll have to reconsider the design of the traps, make them more secure.
Another trip to the Reeds.
Yes, that's exactly what it is. We're the Deft Hunter, the Phasmid. Yeah, I'm gonna feed into them, their enthusiasm.
Of course. Be sarcastic. Unless you have an alternative hypothesis you'd like to venture, mine stands, okay?
Okay.
Actually, no. Excuse me for getting emotional. This is a big deal for us. You've helped us twice now, and brought some great news too. My gratitude, and the gratitude of the Société Cryptozoologique de Ravachol, is yours.
Société. I should say that. I should just pronounce society as Société. The yellow continue button. I'm noticing all the colors of the continues now.
Some kind of foul play might be afoot. Theft?
Thank you, it's an honor. We should probably return to our main investigation here. This has been refreshing, but...
Damn it, Lieutenant. Have you no intellectual curiosity?
Insult Morale. I mean, I didn't really insult him, like... Hold on. I can do this. Let me just put on my investigative gloves, which I definitely have. And I'm pretty sure that's all I need.
Hello. Lena and I were just discussing the design of the new trap.
Yeah, 97%. It doesn't get better than this. Easy.
Consider the way the empty trap was disturbed, as though shaken. Most likely the hands of a young person. Hands small enough to fit inside the trap, too.
Sounds like a logic check to me.
You should ask the red-headed boy, Kuno.
I think a little hooligan called Kuno may have stolen the locusts.
A little hooligan? But what would a child want with bugs?
Oh, my dear Morel. You've been an old man for too long. Kids love to torment insects almost as much as they love to torment old folks.
I'll talk to the little gremlin and see if anything comes up.
Delinquents, my favorite.
Oh, you've been such a dear to us. Please, let us know whatever you turn up. I have a feeling we're getting so close.
Well, I see you've got all the help you need. I'll see you tonight at my place. Let's play Suzerainty, but no more field trips for me.
Oh, you play Suzerainty.
After this is your last chance to talk to Gary.
Really, Gary? We're getting somewhere here. I'd love to play Suzerainty, but...
Lena, I'm sorry, but you're not getting anywhere. It was some kids. I know the little mutants around here. Leave anything out in the open and they'll steal it, even if it's bugs. Morel, it's been fun, really, but I need a bath and I have deliveries to handle. When this tea is done, I gotta run.
No need to apologize, Geary. You'd be more than helpful. We'll have to take a rain check on that game of Suzerainty today, though. We're gonna follow this through.
Maybe I can play Suzerainty with him. And Kim.
He keeps the language unemotional, but it's in there. Disappointment.
Get going. I heard you play this game I like.
Very generous of you to help us out, officer. I'm sure glad to be back from that little excursion. I mean, officers.
Alright. Maybe I'll go tell him that I broke into his house. Or rather, I'll tell him that I'll tell him that I know where he lives. Exactly. In case I need a lie, I'll be all drummed up.
Always a
My
pleasure
tie.
to see an officer of the law. I mean, officers.
So yeah, you live nearby. An apartment in Martinez, right over there, with that door wide open, and that house that's clearly been broken into.
Sure do, officer.
His eyes narrow slightly. He's wondering where this is going.
Have you found your door open lately?
In my home. Yes. When I was going to... How did you know?
Mr. Everett Clare thought it necessary to unlock your apartment. I know this because I'm a police officer. Put your hands behind the ground.
Mr. Clare unlocked my apartment?
Let's just say yes. I mean, I feel like this is going bad already. I don't want to tell him that I broke in. No, I broke in.
So you work for Everard Clare? Officer, please tell him we're good. No, tell him I'll make it up to him. What have I done? He'll send the muscle after me.
As he lowers his tone, he hunches his back.
Yeah, I don't know what it was, but he definitely doesn't like you.
I was probably talking too loud in the whirling the other night. About some theories. Stupid. Shouldn't have run my mouth loud like that. I won't do it again. If there's anything I can do to assist you, or the Union, just ask, okay? I'll try to help if I can.
Yeah, let's terrorize him.
This scared him proper. He's positively melting from fear. Has to prop himself up with a lot of anger to keep it together.
Yeah, whenever I get a color continue, I should just try and call whatever skill is gonna pop up. Cause I would have guessed this would have been Half-Life, but I didn't want to call it and be wrong. But it'd be really funny if I got it right. I think I would be able to get it right in most cases because I'm smart.
The weather vane has turned. He cannot be unturned.
Great. That it? I don't get anything from him?
Always a pleasure to see officers.
Okay, let's go terrorize Kuno. What these guys? I know my odds with these guys aren't very good at all. But let me check.
That ride is fucking lightning.
Hey, piss. Look who it is. Shrunken cophead material.
Demonstrate authority, yeah. My -1 authority. And -1 empathy. And -2 suggestion. There's gotta be something better. It's a red check too, so I don't really don't wanna mess that up. I can only put... Wait, I thought I could only put 2 points into physical skills. And if I really want that jacket, I guess I could get a much better chance. Anyway, let's go harass Kuno.
Fuck does Kuno care?
You wouldn't happen to know anything about missing locusts?
No, Kuno doesn't give a fuck about bugs.
Rama?
So he knows locusts are bugs.
Okay.
Oh my god, I told you that shit is lame!
Shut up, C.
Now they're gonna take you to lame prison!
What's this about?
Deny everything, Kuno. You need to lawyer up.
Kuno's not gonna say anything without his lawyer present.
Lame. That rings some bells. Could this be connected to Night City? AKA the City of Rage.
Shivers?
Yeah, that's pretty lame. Sounds like art.
No, it's just about Rage City.
Oh God, Kuno, no! It's gonna happen now. They're gonna make you lame.
I mean, I think he is kind of a little lame in the like brain department. That's okay. He's special.
Stop it, see? No one's gonna make anyone lame. Kuno's got this under control.
There's definitely something going on here. You should check out Kuno's shack, the one with the pig's head.
Okay, I'm off.
Kuno doesn't fucking...
Yeah, let's go check out the shack again then. And then maybe we can go talk to Everett. So what's this? Locusts.
All around you, the hisses and chirps of locusts fill the musky air. The earthen floor of the shack has been shaped into mounds of mud, dotted with little holes for windows. Like skyscrapers, spires of dirt and sand rising. Accommodations for their insectoid inhabitants.
Is that dirt? Are those little mounds like dirt sculptures like houses? Are these like supposed to be sandcastles?
Well, detective, it appears you've solved the case of the locusts. For the missing locust case, which is a sub-case of the imaginary insect case. So at least that's going well.
Stop being so sarcastic, Kim.
Oh, I'm not being sarcastic at all. We are making real progress here.
When someone says they're not being sarcastic, it's usually a good sign that they're being very sarcastic.
You think the Infinite Phasmid is nearby?
If anything, the presence of the locust points to the opposite. The Phasmid did not take the bait from the traps. It was Kuno. The Phasmid doesn't exist. But what do I know?
Use your powers of deduction. You knew the magic bug was nowhere near here. The Phasmid is impairing your judgment.
Should talk to Kuno about this. Get him to stop.
I'll let you handle the Kuno side of things. You are doing just fine.
I wonder if Kim still likes me. I wonder. I'm not gonna stop. I just hope he trusts me.
Fuck does Kuno care?
I know you took the locusts from the trap. The traps that cryptozoologist set up.
Yeah. Kuno took the bugs. So what?
Say you don't give a fuck about bugs, then you go and build a whole bug town. It's the City of Rage.
It's not Bugtown. It's the City of Locusts. Locusts aren't just bug shit. They come out of the sky like a fucking shadow. Shit descends.
Stop!
Locusts coming down like a shadow. This must be the Night City he mentioned when you asked him where he's been.
So that in there is Night City?
Yeah, Locust City. City of Rage. City of Lights.
There's a tug of war over the name of his fantastical city. It's almost too big for his imagination. The girl forces herself to watch again, the corners of her eyes twitching from discomfort. The lameness is causing her physical pain. The damage may be permanent.
City of Rage sounds like a cool place.
Kuno, the pig wants to help you. Oh, that's how lame it is. Please just don't say you're...
An artist? Maybe I am an artist. You hear that, everyone? I'm a fucking artist now.
Yeah, give him some conceptualization.
Did he just say I? Kuno usually calls Kuno, Kuno.
No, he's getting smart. Was that here, right? You said I.
Kuno made Kuno. Kuno says whatever the fuck he wants. There are no rules here, pig. I fucking say I when I wanna, and Kuno when I wanna. Kuno's free. Kuno's free to fucking die, bitch.
This is what he sometimes does when things get tense.
Making art is a worthy calling. I'm something of an artist myself. I made the no parking sign behind the over the fence, see?
Oh my god, Kuno! He's gonna make you totally lame in like 3 seconds. Don't let him, Kuno.
Yo, fuck you, see? Kuno can be what Kuno wants to be. Kuno's his own man. Kuno's free. Kuno made himself into Kuno. Kuno can make himself into anything. Kuno can make himself into a pig if he wants. Kuno can make himself into a... Kuno doesn't give a shit.
Don't make yourself into a pig, Kuno. You'll have to take me away.
Reaction speed?
In it, you hear snow melting, dripping from the eaves. Someone closing a window.
I mean, I did discuss that. That depends, well... That depends on the choices you make, young girl. In one timeline, I shot you. Like 5 other timelines, I missed. But the one...
Without a word, she disappears entirely behind the fence. For once, the boy is lost for words. He turns completely red now, with splotches of white beginning to appear across his face. You got him. Now convince him to leave the cryptozoologist's traps alone.
I mean, surely being completely straightforward with him isn't going to appeal to him, right? Maybe I have to be a little more abstract. I have to ask, what does the city of Locust mean?
It don't mean anything. It's shit. Kuno just likes to focus. Kuno likes to concentrate on shit. Build shit when he's zipping hard. Fuck. Pig, you really shouldn't have fucked with Kuno City. Now it's all fucking lame.
I need you to stop taking locusts from the traps. The crypto as well is just trying to find something very important. Those locusts are bait. I bet he doesn't care though.
I don't give a shit. I don't need the locusts anyway. Shit is all lame now. C was right.
The girl's face appears again, above the fence, just long enough to make eye contact with Kuno. She doesn't know whether to be glad because Kuno is finally convinced of the lameness, or more worried because of his continued use of the first-person singular. Kuno is Kuno, not I.
What's gonna happen to the locusts?
Kuno's gonna let the fucking locusts die.
Okay. Alright, now that that's settled, that better be off.
The fuck are they trying to catch anyway? With the traps?
You can see Lindy and Phasmid.
Huh.
Huh. You know, I think this is the most, like, I've ever made Kuno actually think logically, at least half logically.
He recognizes the name.
Wait, you know what the Inchilian Phasmid is?
Bitches think Kuno doesn't know shit. The fuck out of here. Kuno's tired of this shit.
As you leave, you notice his usual rooster-like swaying posture has changed. Slowed down, like clockwork unwinding.
Well, that's that. Remember when I was solving a crime? I bet Kim remembers. Okay, every time, like, I want to say Caitlin's full name, I really, really have to stop myself and be careful. Because there's a good chance, like a more than 50% chance, I'm gonna accidentally say Kim Kardashian. That's not right. I can't do that to him.
Hello, officer. I think I almost have it. A new trap design, that is. I know you're skeptical, but I have a good feeling about this.
He's gonna be even more stylish when I give him the piss jacket. I had a chat with this kid, Kuno. He promised to stop stealing the locusts.
So it was just a child.
Thank you for telling us, sweetie. This is good news, right? It means we can try again.
She acts chipper, but something's changed in her tone. A hidden worry.
Yeah, you're right. We just need to restock the empty trap. Then we'll need to inspect the traps one more time. And then maybe we can.
He has a 38-degree fever. His resilience has given way.
Darling, I told you to take it easy. You're getting sick. Maybe it's time to go home.
You're right, you're right. We can come back next season, when it's warmer.
That's just something people tell themselves when they fail.
We've come too far to quit. I'm gonna restock the trap. Let's do this.
We are getting really carried away with this, aren't we? Fine, it's better than having these people get pneumonia on the coast. But after this...
He wants to see this tale through, as much as you. Otherwise, he'd have stopped this already. But he cannot let it drag out after this.
Really? It's too much, officer.
What Morel means is we're grateful for your help.
Here's a fresh fractured locust. They should slide right down the funnel. And thank you again. We will definitely mention you, should this lead to a discovery. I'm not talking co-discovery, of course, but...
That was a really unique sound effect.
Wow. Co-discovery. You'd be famous. You'd show them all. This does tingle the pleasure center.
I'll get going. Well, time to drag him along for this cryptid case, which I'm definitely determined to like see through to the end. I mean, I can probably take a few hits with Kim, right? Save. Might as well save here. Kim's not coming up. Okay. I feel like this is definitely gonna go poorly, because there's no way ever I was just like not prepared for me to tell Joyce. I'm half expecting it's gonna be like, oh, he was just buffing, and now like I just convinced Joyce to like leave, and now he has automatic full reign over the harbor. In which case, well, that's too bad. But at least I got $100 out of Joyce, so not all bad.
So, the ship has sailed. Did you see it? I know you did. Tell me, what did it look like as it grew smaller and smaller? when that mainsail dropped behind the horizon. Did it look like a germ? Did it look like a piece of bacteria?
His tone is totally different now. The jolly man of the people is gone, and so is the smile. Oh my god, you've been played.
I figured. You wanted me to deliver that message to her. Oh well, I figured. Well, we're locked in now. You've come too far.
That this is a takeover? That I want a war? God, I hope you also told her about the drug trade. They absolutely hate getting their hands dirty with that. You can kill 1 million people, but if you do something the police doesn't like, well, then you're out of the yacht club. Goodbye, you inhuman fuck.
How do you know she left?
Harry, I bugged her cabin. I bugged her whole boat. I had cameras surveying her boat. Hell, I even wanted to bug that thermal cap, but my boys advised against it.
They must have done it while Joyce was busy questioning the locals.
So you've been listening in to our conversations all this time? Does he know that I said he was helping me find my gun?
Not me personally. I had guys recording and processing this information for me.
The Hardy Boys?
Hell no! They'd fuck it up. They can't do anything right. I mean my real boys. My special task force boys.
Where are these boys?
They sure as hell aren't hanging out in the open with beers in their hands for the cops to question. They're pros, Mr. Kitsuragi.
Thanks for letting me play a part, Everett. I guess I'm back on Team Everett again. Like, before I started this game, I think I said, like, oh, I'm gonna be full Team Everett, which I have definitely done. Thanks for letting me play a part.
Harry, you made a conscious decision to relay that information to her. You could have kept it for yourself.
But she said she's insane, like me.
She's not insane. What did she tell you?
Told me she's over-radiated from Pale Transit.
No, she's not. She's a sentimental alcoholic. They all are. Never take a drop and you'll be 8 laps ahead of those upper-class winos. Just like old Mr. Clare here. Try it. You'll be a real super detective.
I've actually walked the path of sobriety for a while now.
I can see that, Harry. Alcohol has left its marks, but you're doing better than when I first saw you. Rich man is shitting himself. The working class sober.
She told me a beautiful story about the discovery of the Insulinde.
Of course she did. Rich people have the best stories. About all the interesting things they've done and seen. All the beautiful places they've been to. It's just sentimentalism. She can afford to be sentimental, and she can afford to lose as well.
You used my intellectual curiosity against me.
Against you? Oh, Harry, I'd like to think I used it for you.
It was interesting. No arguing against that.
So what's gonna happen now?
What was always going to happen? We take the harbour and she fucks off to Ozon, uncorks a bottle of wine, calls her partners, and says they need to distance themselves from this nasty business before the big shit spinner splashes everyone. Only difference is the Union doesn't have to lose 2,000 men to machine gun fire.
I mean, could have told me, I would have been on board. I mean, that's not wrong. Like, if you told me this is day one, I would have absolutely been on board.
Harry, when I need to tell people, I might as well do it myself. That's why I like initiative, and inspiring initiative. It's more natural that way.
And safer too. You never know who you can trust.
You knew something. Something big. And you wanted to see what happens when you tell someone. So you told her. Anyone who's ever been close to power will tell you, inside information is the sweetest thing in the world. It's better than money, it's better than pussy. Money only makes you special for some salesmen. Pussy only makes you special for yourself. Information makes you special for all mankind. It's the ticket to history.
Does make sense when you word it like that. My thoughts exactly.
Right on, Harry. What you did was participate in history. When history calls, you have to pick up. You had no choice. None of us ever do. A hard disco cop like you, I knew you weren't one to resist temptation.
You know what, Detective? I am going to leave this out of my report, and I suggest you leave it out of yours too.
Just look at the three of us. The three careless boyaderos. Good times, good times.
So what now?
Now there's a whole lot of work to do. For me and for you. I suppose there was a reason you came here, so let's get to it. What can I help my best friend and comrade with today?
A few more questions about the harbor.
I'm always happy to educate and entertain you, my friend. So, what's on your mind?
The signatures I got, I know you plan to force out the construction noise. But nah, who killed the hangman?
No idea. Could have been his own mother for all I know. If you ever find the guy, give him a big fat kiss from Everard Clare. Couldn't have done it without him.
He really doesn't know. A guy, huh?
I didn't know it's a guy.
I don't. I told you it could have been his own mother. I'm pretty sure it wasn't anyone from the Union. Maybe it was the mob. Or maybe he killed himself because he was a closet socialist. Truth is, I simply don't know.
He really doesn't.
Can I get my gun now? I know like it's already set up, but can I get it now?
Harry, I've got to be honest with you. Your gun was found
Okay,
2
so
days
it's just
ago.
repeat.
With an old woman has it, and...
This must be the woman who bought the gun from...
Yes, the same one. The neighbors of this old woman...
Right.
I already have.
More fun stuff. Seems like we already have.
Alright, that's it for now.
Very nice, Harry. Is there anything else?
Alright. Well. I feel like we're definitely in the deep of it now. Wow, this has been like a day, like a busy day. At least mentally. I told Joyce that Everett was helping me find my gun. And then about the war and everything. And now all the cryptid stuff. And Kim getting annoyed. But I'm not gonna stop. First, restart the job you left empty before. The trick is to remember which one it was. I'm probably gonna end soon, but that sounds like a simple task. Can I fast travel from here? I can't. Why can I not fast travel? I kinda wonder where, like, the armor helmet is. Because I know the helmet, like, exists, probably. Is this guy have anything new?
Right to work! Right to...
Okay. Nothing new. Okay. I fast travel from here. Church. Maybe what I have to do is I have to fast travel from like another fast travel point. So if I need to come from here, I could just like walk up to the church. Maybe. You know I'm getting like deep into it when like I'm actually starting to memorize the map and stuff. Okay, It was this trap.
The trap stands empty near the reeds, powdered with snow. No insect sounds or movement around. Only the reeds' apprehensive hissing.
Release the locust in the empty trap.
The locusts, dazed from being transported, slowly begin to acclimate to their new surroundings. They're not really going to get the chance to get comfortable here.
Good, now that's done. When do you think we will return to our impending apocalypse of a murder investigation?
Next week, Kim.
Don't answer that. It was a rhetorical question.
Next week. Now reporting to Elena at the Whirling. I mean, like, what am I supposed to do? The only thing we could do is just, like, find Ruby, which I don't even know. And other than that, wait for 10 PM so I can find my gun. Can I fast travel from here? Okay, good. Actually... I was gonna, like, call the station and see, like, tell them I found my badge, but I think I already did that. Where'd Morel go? I guess he's gone now. I did the thing.
Hello, dear. It's good to see a familiar face.
Exactly what I just said.
Thank you for doing that, dear. Morel still isn't feeling well. I convinced him to stay at Gary's to get some rest. I'm afraid the cold has really gotten to him.
It's probably for the best. It's awfully cold up there in those reeds.
I'm sorry, dear. You've had to drudge through them so many times. Such is field work. A young person's game, as they say.
Her voice is shaky. What is going on here?
So, who's gonna check the traps?
Morel will eventually, or we'll talk Gary into going back out, perhaps.
The lieutenant stares at his shoe, caked in mud. He doesn't say anything.
Something tells me it's up to me again.
No, you don't have to do that. Enough of this fool's errand. Morel will do it. Or Gary. You have work to do. I've wasted enough of everyone's time.
Be real. Gary is not going to help with this.
Well... we'll take care of it.
That really is too much, sweetie. Thank you for your dedication, but I can see you're coming down with a cough yourself.
Oh, not unless I take damage.
Very strange. Why is she not letting you do this? It's like she's given up.
What's wrong? You seem different.
Different? How?
Answering a question with a question, for example. Defensive isn't her usual style.
You've given up on the Phasmid.
I'm in doubt, sweetie. That's all. Everyone is now and then.
You're in doubt? About what?
It's, a strange feeling. I haven't really told this to anyone, but you are a police officer.
Yeah, I'm a police officer. Put your hands behind the ground.
Do you ever wonder if some lovely story from your childhood is just that? A story? Or a dream?
Yeah, actually, I think some people I tell about the story, like... I remember being taken to, like, this underground medical facility once. Exactly 8 floors underground. Which might be where, like... my interest in underground bases and homes like comes from. It's weird. The weirdest part is I remember exactly where this was. I could go there if I really wanted to. I could physically go there and confirm if it was true or not. But I haven't been there in like years. Actually, it might be closed down by now. I could go to the location, but there's no telling if I could actually like go down there or if the building's even there anymore. Oh well. I think it's cool to say that it did happen. It's definitely more unique.
Hunching her shoulders now. She seems even smaller than she is. Like a sad young girl.
Seeing the Insulindian Phasmid was just a story I used to tell people. I didn't really think about whether it was real or not.
But Morel told me you'd seen it. You also told me.
Morel's so proud of it. He always tells everyone.
You seem to really believe it happened. Doesn't that count for something?
No, sweetie. There's more to it than that. Morel was so eager to believe my story was evidence of the Phasmid's existence. That I'm some queen of the cryptozoologists. That. And for years, his belief made me believe too. But now, we're both getting old, and he's still working himself sick out in those reeds looking for it. But what if I was just wrong? I think I was.
The lieutenant opens his notebook, but doesn't write anything.
Are you kidding me? I have to pass this -2 suggestion check? Wow. What a final thing to end it off on. But to hell with this. I still believe you saw the Phasmid.
A true believer. Sometimes I still see it too. The real memory of it. How it was there. Not the memory of the memory, but it's so hard to tell the two apart. Either way, I should go. Poor Morel is running a fever, and I need to get him home to Jamrock before we overstay our welcome with Gary.
Oh, so the check is just gone now. I don't know if I should be relieved or a little disappointed. I think I'm disappointed I don't get to see what it was, on the off chance that I succeeded. But I'm relieved because, realistically, I was not making that check. That check was completely unsalvageable. Are you sure you don't need help getting to Gary's?
Oh no, thank you, but I can get there on my own. This old thing is gas-powered. And then a taxi home. It's not so bad.
Well, it's been a pleasure, man.
Likewise, sweetie. Thank you for everything. Truly. Even though it turned out to be a
waste of time. A lie. A fool's hope. Say her lips moving in silence. Like that, she drives off. The gas engine sputters quietly as she gets to the doors, then pushes them open. Outside, it's snowing.
That was not very quiet, but that's probably just like the sound of the doors. Kim?
We should go too.
Right.
Somewhere out there, a kilometer to the southeast, a gust of wind shakes the felled building, rattling dusty windows, beckoning with strange coldness, to ask the wind once more.
Well, I did the thing. Well, that was definitely something. actually, I wonder if before I finish, I wonder if I could go visit them, because like, we've been to Gary's house, right? I just gotta remember like the most efficient way to get there. I think it was just you run back here a bit. And like through my art. My no parking art. Harass the local kids on the way out. Very important.
Trying to sneak up on me.
And then carry on my way.
The spread pattern of these bullet holes makes your chest ache. Your breath grows heavier. More old bullet holes. Half a century at least. From the revolution.
These look like the bullet holes we saw before.
Bullet holes generally look the same, so probably. But you're right. More old bullet holes from the revolution.
And how many people got shot during the revolution?
Plenty.
I wonder if they're closed now. Are they?
The door is closed again. Nothing to do here anymore. You hear someone inside, walking from room to room. Whoever lives here must be back home.
I guess I can't visit. Well, I'm gonna walk back to the Whirling in Rags. And then probably wait out. If you're still here, do you have any like raid suggestions? Normally I raid G or Kana. So I might check them, but if not, I wonder if there's anyone else. Yeah, just the usual. Yeah, unfortunately for me, the usual person I raid isn't on, I don't think. Although, I haven't checked, so maybe. Save game. Main menu. That was definitely something. I feel like I did a lot today. Like, maybe not relevant to the case, but a lot of something. See. Oh. I see Kana is on. See. Let's see what they're both doing. Looks like G is like BRB or something. Apparently Kana is doing Warhammer 40k Rogue Trader. I don't know anything about this. Let's see. I think we'll raid... Kana. I almost said we're gonna raid Aishika because I just see them in their chat. But we're gonna raid Kana. Anyway, Mary. Thanks for stopping by stream and spectating my shenanigans, as usual. Even though I didn't accomplish anything. I'll bother you later. I'm probably gonna play more Sunhaven on Friday and the usual. I don't change much.